I'm back. Sorry about that. I tend to go off on a tangent sometimes, if you notice that, but it's to prove, it's all to bring it back to a main point so that when you put it all together, you can rewind what I say, you start to get it, and the pieces come together for you to see what I'm talking about. So, back to what I was saying about that circle theory. So we appreciate men and women, I believe, appreciate the curved line on a person's body, and it's because it's a form of perfection. So that's a maybe that's a lesson. Hey, hey, men and women learn to appreciate the curved line. But back to my main point. Um, so if I'm a European, I'm putting myself in those shoes again. You see these Africans, and you see the shape, their bodies, and what they can do. That's what the point was there. And my point was when I was putting myself in European shoes is, excuse me, I was burping. I was drinking Pepsi earlier, but the fact that they must have spent some time with us, the Europeans. They must have spent some time with Africans. They didn't just come and say, all aboard, the SS Minnow, and let's. No, it didn't happen like that. They had to have, they had to have known our capabilities before picking us up. They weren't just going to say, hey, let's just pick up these tribal people. I don't think so. You don't pick up people you know. And we wouldn't have went with them either. I don't think. I think we trusted them at a point. You don't get a whole bunch of, Africans on a boat without trust. So, you don't get, just like you don't get but if you think about it, you don't get America by, well, just logically thinking, that's right, you don't get these Africans on boats without trust, and you damn sure don't convince a bunch of Native American Indians to settle on your land without trust. But like those Africans and like those Indians, they were deceived, and here we are today, still underneath that same, sense of tyranny, you know, brought down on both tribes, the African tribe and the Native American tribe. And now here you have today, you have a nation of immigrants that was built, from theft and murder, just unspeakable horrible things. So, and you have this, and this system continues. That's the problem with the rest of the world. They know they have their problems. When we watch TV and see what's happening to them, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, those people really have it bad. Huh. Oh well. Let me watch something in HD. No, no, no. They know who they are. They know where they come from. They know their tribe. They know their history. They're secure with themselves. They know they'll go on. If their country has been established for thousands of generations, they'll go on. They will go on. We are not so sure. We don't have that kind of history. Our history is based on violence, theft, and hatred, and in slavery. So, what we have is a society based off of fear and control and power and greed. And that is what capitalism means to me. That's what it is to be a capitalist person. To be a part of that system of control, of, of just having to do for yourself rather than do for someone else. So I don't believe in that. You can call it, they want to call it success. Oh, I'm a successful person. You know what that means? That means you screwed a lot of people over to get where you are. That's exactly what it means. That's exactly what it means. How else do anyone get their job? They have to screw someone else out of it. Even if you got your job, you got it fair and square. But guess what? 10 other people applied for that same job. So yeah, you screwed people out of, a job. Now, it's not, now I'm not saying that it's intentional, but it's a system based on that. So, and it's a system that's wrong, and it's not, again, it doesn't go with human nature. And that's one of those reasons, going back, why other countries hate America. Really? Yeah. And I think, I'm not sure if our current president understands a word I've just said or what I'm saying. Whoever watches this video, thank God you do, I hope, the way I break it down. But capitalism, it has to end. And as far as we have this capitalistic society, there will always be racism, there will always be prejudice, there will always be violence, we will always remain one of the most violent countries in the world because of this system, this constant bombardment of violence, perpetuated stereotyping of people, the degradation. It's just a Hispanic person, okay? They are people. They are a tribal people. Everyone was tribal at some point. I don't get it. What don't you understand? We were all tribal at some freaking point. We didn't get to this point, yesterday. It took a while. But if we know our history, then we know what it kind of gives us a sense of purpose of what we're supposed to do in our roles. But we have to define a new role in a country that we really don't belong to. But if we want to make this country our own, then we're going to have to start by starting from scratch. Then we really should make this country our own. The typical face of Americans shouldn't be a Caucasian man anymore. America doesn't have a face. It has many faces, and what we should be doing is breaking down this entire country to its basic core principle of goodness, of being good to each other. And if we can break down those principles, and just, you wouldn't really need a law. You really wouldn't. If everyone had that sense of purpose, and that everyone, think about a killer who lived in a community that everyone came to his house, constantly knocked on his door, baked him cookies, cooked him dinner, you know, did things for him, been nice to him. Who could he possibly kill? Logically, I mean, yes, you can say that they're a logical person, that they're psycho. Oh, put them in any scenario, they'll just kill and flip out. Yeah, there's some people that can't be helped. But think about a society that goes in that direction. How many serial killers would you have? How many criminals would you have? How many poor people would you have? You know? It begs the question. I mean, really, a society based on being good to each other. It sounds really good when you put it all together. But in America, it seems that it's almost impossible. We strive so hard to reach this goal as a people, but we can't do it as a government. Because as a government, it's all about control. And the only way they can maintain that control is through fear and turmoil. And if they can scare us, as long as they're able to scare us and make us suffer, then there is nothing we can do to stop them. So, this video is my first step. I'm trying to play my part and live out my role. This is what I do now. This is my contribution. This is what I live for now. This is my message. I'm the messenger of this message. Living by that one simple rule of being good to each other, how everyone can be actually happy. Just by living by those means, doing business by those means, living in a relationship by those means, treating other people by those means, your family, your friends. My God. Catch you on the next vid.